God says, "Your dad in heaven has an urgent message for you. Open this message quickly. This is not a delay. This is not a pause. This is not something you should set aside and come back to later. This is not a message you were meant to hear tomorrow or next week. This is an urgent message for your heart, for your soul, for your life right now. Your Father in heaven is speaking directly to you, not to your neighbor, not to a crowd, to you. He sees what you are carrying. He knows the weight on your shoulders. He sees the silent tears you hide from everyone, and he's not silent. He is speaking now because it matters more than you realize. If you're seeing this, it means your spirit is being called to attention. You didn't stumble here by chance. Heaven has moved to make sure this reaches you. Because this isn't just another word, it's a direct message from your Father. A holy interruption, an urgent whisper from the throne of God, and you cannot ignore it. Please stay with me until the end. You need this. Your heart has been waiting for it, even if your mind doesn't fully know it yet. If your heart feels a stir right now, just type Amen in the comments to affirm that you receive this. Don't hesitate. Let that be your first step of surrender. Heaven sees every Amen as a sign that a soul is listening. Your Father in heaven wants you to know He has never been distant from you. Not one moment. Even in the darkest nights when you thought no one could hear your silent cries, He was closer than your breath. When people left you, when doors shut, when the pain felt unbearable, He did not turn His face from you. He sat with you. He wept with you. He kept your heart beating when you were ready to give up. This urgent message is not to warn you of destruction, but to pull you back into the arms of love that have always been open to you. The heaviness in your chest, the confusion in your mind, the fatigue that no sleep can heal, He sees it all. And He's telling you now, your life is not over. The battle is not your defeat. You are not too far gone, and your story is not at its end. There is more, and it starts with this moment. Because He is speaking now, He's calling your name. The same voice that formed the stars is gently reminding you that you are His child, that you were never alone, that His plans for you are still intact, no matter how broken things may look. Sometimes we hear so many voices that we forget what the Father's voice sounds like, but He's clearing the noise for you now. He's reminding you who you are, not what life has told you, not what trauma has named you, not what people have labeled you, but who He says you are. You are chosen. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are held by hands that never grow tired of holding you. Please, if you are still here, just take one more second and like this video, not because you have to, but because it may reach someone else who needs this word as much as you do. Let this blessing multiply. Let someone else find their healing the way you are finding yours right now. Heaven is closer than you feel. Angels are nearer than your eyes can see. The ground beneath your feet may tremble, but the hands holding your life will never let you fall beyond His reach. You might be struggling in silence, but heaven hears every ache, every groan, every breathless whisper that asks God if He still remembers you. And this is His answer. Yes, He remembers. Yes, He knows. Yes, He still calls you His beloved. There is no sin too dark that His mercy cannot wash clean. There is no wound too deep that His love cannot reach. There is no loss so final that His power cannot redeem. That regret you carry like a weight across your chest, He is lifting it even now. The shame you feel has no authority in His presence. The moment you turn your heart toward Him, He wraps you in grace that human words cannot describe. He is not ashamed of you. He is not angry with you. He is not waiting to punish you. He is longing to restore you. This is your turning point, right now, not tomorrow. not when you feel better, not when you're stronger. He is calling you while you're broken, while you're tired, while you're unsure, because that's when His glory shines brightest. When your strength ends, His begins. When your wisdom falls short, His steps in. He's not asking you to fix everything, He's just asking you to open your heart and let Him carry what you were never meant to carry alone. This is the love that chased after you before you were even born. This is the Father who knit you together in your mother's womb and wrote your name in the palm of His hand. This is not a distant deity in the clouds. This is your Dad in heaven. And He has something urgent for you to know. He has something deep to place inside you. He wants you to live, not just breathe. He wants you to walk in healing, not just survive the pain. He wants you to rise again, not by your own power, but by His Spirit that is already moving inside you. And if your heart is feeling this pull, even if your mind doesn't understand it all, type 1111 in the comments. That's a sign of divine alignment. A way of saying you know this moment is holy, that this word is for you. Heaven watches every heart that opens in obedience, and there is grace flowing through this very space right now. You are not watching by chance. You are not hearing this by accident. The enemy tried to take you out. He tried to steal your hope, your peace, your joy, but he failed. You're still here. And that means God still has a plan for you, a purpose that hell cannot stop, a calling that will not be cancelled, a breakthrough that is coming closer with every breath you take. You might not see it yet, but heaven has already declared it. Your name is spoken in rooms of angels. Your tears are caught in bowls of gold. Your cries are echoed back with promises that do not break. This is not just encouragement. This is divine intervention. This is heaven stepping into your room. This is your Dad in heaven, sending a message through every layer of pain and distraction and fear. He is not silent, and He will not stop until your heart hears what it came for. You are loved beyond human measure. You are seen in every hidden moment. You are protected even when you walk through fire. And you are rising again, not by force, but by the Spirit of the living God who never leaves your side. He sees past the surface. He sees straight into your soul, into the places where you've buried your pain because there was no room to speak of it. And right now, He is reaching into those places. Gently, lovingly. He is lifting burdens off of you that you didn't even know were there, because He cannot bear to see His child weighed down any longer. You have no idea how deeply you are loved. If you could see even one glimpse of the love that covers you, you would fall to your knees in awe. Not a single breath you've taken has been missed. Not a single heartbreak has gone unnoticed. When you cried yourself to sleep, heaven stayed by your side. When you doubted your worth, the angels whispered your name before the throne. And when you nearly gave up, your Father in heaven held you together with hands so strong, yet so gentle, they refused to let go. You have been chosen for more. Your name is written in heaven's book, not with fear, not with failure, but with favor. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the worst thing you've ever done or the lowest place you've ever fallen. You are redeemed. You are called. You are still being written into a story that has always had beauty waiting on the other side of the pain. This message isn't a small reminder. It's an outpouring of mercy and grace designed to shift your entire direction. You may have been through seasons where silence felt louder than the voice of God. You may have pleaded for answers and heard nothing but echoes. You may have been surrounded by people, yet felt alone in a way that words can't explain. But God says to you right now, I was never silent. I was singing over you while you slept. I was sending protection when you didn't even know danger was near. I was blocking attacks that would have destroyed you, shielding your mind from darkness you were never meant to carry. If you're still holding on, even if it's by a thread, It means hope is still alive inside you. And that's all heaven needs to begin the healing. The same hands that stretched out over the waters and formed the earth are now being extended toward you. And they are not coming empty. They are carrying peace, restoration, a new beginning, all for you. Because your Father's love is not distant or abstract, it's personal, and it's now. This message is not a reminder of what you lost. It's a declaration of what you are about to gain. You didn't come this far to break. You came this far because you were carried. Your survival is not luck, it's a sign. It means there is still purpose pulsing in your veins, and your Father is not finished writing your story. The broken pieces are being gathered, not thrown away. The tears are being counted, not wasted. And the wounds are being healed, not ignored. There were moments you thought it would always feel this heavy. That joy was something other people got to have. That peace was out of reach. But God says no more. No more lies from the enemy whispering that you are forgotten. No more shame chaining you to your past. No more fear choking out your praise. Today, right now, heaven is rewriting your atmosphere, and it starts inside you. It starts when you believe that your Father's love is greater than your deepest wound. If this is speaking to your heart, take a deep breath and type 222 in the comments. That's your way of saying you trust this word, that your heart agrees with heaven, that you are claiming this moment as yours. There is a fire being lit again in your soul. The same fire that the enemy tried to extinguish. The same fire that once burned with faith when you first believed. It's not gone. It's just been waiting for the breath of God to awaken it again. Waiting for the voice of your Father to call it forward. You don't need to force your way back. You just need to receive what is already being poured over you. Mercy that never runs dry, strength that never fades, a love that knows no limits. You may feel like you've lost time, like you've missed your moment, but your Dad in heaven is not bound by time. He restores what was stolen. He accelerates what was delayed. He redeems what seemed ruined. What he starts, he finishes. And he never writes you into something he won't see you through. Every delay, every setback, every heartbreak, it's being repurposed. You might not understand how yet, but one day you will look back and see that even the worst chapters had his fingerprints of grace all over them. This isn't about religion. This isn't about being perfect. This is about being his, being seen, being known, being wrapped in a love that never wavers. You don't have to perform for God. You don't have to earn his favor. You already have it. You don't have to hide your pain. You can bring it straight to his feet. He doesn't flinch at your weakness. He doesn't walk away when it gets hard. He stays, he heals, he rebuilds. He is reminding you right now that your life has divine protection surrounding it. The reason the attack came so heavy is because your calling is heavy with purpose. The reason the storms hit you so often is because you carry a light that darkness fears. You are not under attack because you are weak. You are under attack because heaven placed greatness inside you, and the enemy saw it before you did. But your protection is stronger. Your covering is divine. Your Father is still on the throne, and his hand is still on your life. So keep walking. Even if it's slow, even if it's messy, even if you feel like you're crawling, keep moving toward him. Keep your heart open. He will meet you there, and he will do what only he can do: restore, revive, rebuild, renew. That's the kind of Father he is. That's the kind of love that is chasing you down right now. And still you kept breathing, you kept waking up, you kept going, even when everything in you wanted to stop. That was not by accident. That was not by your strength alone. That was your dad in heaven, holding you up when the weight was too much to carry. That was love that refused to let you slip away. You may not have realized it then, but every time you made it through another night, it was a miracle. Every moment you kept your soul together when it could have shattered beyond repair, heaven was moving. Your dad in heaven wasn't watching from a distance. He was surrounding you, protecting you, fighting for you in realms you couldn't see. And now he's telling you it's time to rise again, not in your own might, but in the strength of his spirit that has never left you, not even once. Heaven sees how long you've waited. The things you've silently hoped for, the breakthrough you've prayed about but never dared speak of out loud. And this is your confirmation. It's not too late. What is meant for you has not passed you by. What God promised is still alive. Even the dreams you've buried under disappointment are being brought back to life. He is doing something new, even if it still feels like winter. He is preparing the soil of your life for something you cannot yet see, and when it begins to bloom, you will understand why it had to take this long. You were never forgotten. You were being refined. You were being protected from doors that would have broken you. You were being hidden for the right moment. Sometimes the delay is not denial, it's divine preparation. The silence was not abandonment, it was your Father working behind the scenes, setting things in motion, rearranging what needed to be moved, so that when your breakthrough comes, nothing can stand in the way. If you're feeling this word deep in your spirit, let it settle. Let it find a home in the places where fear used to live. And if you agree with this promise, type 333 in the comments right now to declare your faith. That's your way of saying you know God is still working, that you believe He's about to turn things around. There is healing coming to places inside you that no one else even knows are broken. Healing that runs deeper than words. Healing that washes over trauma, grief, betrayal, and loss. This healing won't come from people or explanations or time. It will come from your Father, from the same hands that created the stars, from the voice that calmed the sea, from the heart that chose to create you, knowing full well every valley you would walk through. And still, He said you were worth it. Still, He breathed life into you. You are not your scars. You are not your brokenness. You are not what they said about you. You are not the failure you think you are. You are a living testimony that God still holds together what the world says is shattered. You are a walking miracle, not because everything has gone right, but because even when everything went wrong, God stayed. He stayed when others walked away. He stayed when you doubted Him. He stayed when you were angry. He stayed when you lost your way. He stayed because His love is not based on your performance, it is based on His promise. And He promised that He would never leave you or forsake you. He promised that He would finish the good work He started in you. He promised that He would be your strength when you are weak, your peace when you are anxious, your refuge when you are overwhelmed. He promised that no weapon formed against you would prosper, not one. Even if it hits, even if it hurts, it will not destroy what He has planted inside of you. There's a shift coming to your life, not because of something you've earned, but because of grace. A shift that brings clarity where there was confusion. A shift that brings provision where there was lack. A shift that restores relationships, reopens doors, revives purpose. The heaviness is lifting. The tears you've cried in private are watering the soil of your future. What the enemy meant for evil, God is turning for good. It's already happening. But you have to know this. Your identity is not tied to the battles you've faced. Your worth is not defined by your lowest moments. You are who God says you are. Redeemed, loved, protected, called. Your past cannot cancel your purpose. Your weakness cannot erase your worth. Your pain does not disqualify you from his promise. If anything, it draws his heart even closer. Because he is near to the broken-hearted, he binds up their wounds. And he never grows tired of restoring what others said was beyond repair. He sees how you've kept going with so little, how you've poured out love even when you were empty, how you've stayed kind in a world that hasn't always been kind to you. He has seen every act of quiet faithfulness, every seed you planted in secret, every time you chose to believe when nothing around you gave you reason to. And he is honoring that faith. He is rewarding that trust. You will see it. You will taste and see that the Lord is good, and that his timing is always right, even when it felt delayed. Let your heart rest in this. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are right where you are supposed to be, in the hands of the one who writes perfect stories from the messiest pages. He is not done. He is not done. Say that to your soul right now. He is not done with me. Let that truth echo louder than your fear. Let it rise above your doubt. Let it be the anchor that holds you steady when the waves come crashing, because they will come. But they will not drown you. The fire will not consume you. The darkness will not win, because you are not alone. The Creator of the universe walks with you, breathes over you, speaks to you, and never lets go. Your tears are prayers. Your pain is not wasted, and your future is still blessed, no matter what it looks like right now. And yet, here you are, still breathing, still standing, still holding on, even if just barely. That is not weakness. That is evidence of grace. That is your Father in heaven carrying you through every storm that was meant to break you, and covering you in his love even when you didn't realize it. You have been misunderstood, overlooked, and hurt in ways that left you wondering if anyone truly saw you. But your Dad in heaven saw every moment. He saw the times you were kind even when you felt empty. He saw the times you forgave even when the pain hadn't gone away. He saw how you stayed faithful when it would have been easier to give up. And now he is speaking over your life, reminding you that nothing you've endured has been ignored, nothing has gone unnoticed. He is a just God, and he is faithful to reward the silent sacrifices and the hidden tears. There is a shift happening in the atmosphere around you. What once felt stagnant is beginning to move. What once seemed closed off is slowly unlocking. You are not forgotten. You are being aligned, and this message is heaven's way of telling you not to give up right before everything begins to change. You've waited a long time, and your Father knows how hard it's been. He knows the nights where you stared at the ceiling wondering how you'd make it through the next day. But you did. You made it through all of it, not by your own strength, but by the mercy and protection of a God who refuses to leave your side. And now, it is time to rise into the new season being prepared for you. You are not stepping into it alone. You are being led by a Father who goes before you, making every crooked path straight, removing every hidden trap, silencing every lie that was spoken over you. The doors that are about to open will not open by manipulation, by force, or by strategy. They will open by favor, divine favor. The kind that can't be earned, only received. The kind that rests on those who stayed faithful even when nothing made sense. If you can feel this word breathing into your soul, let it mark you. Let it become real to you. You are not who you used to be. You are being transformed. There is a shift, not just in your circumstances, but in your identity. God is reminding you that you are not defined by trauma. You are not identified by pain. You are a son. You are a daughter. You are loved by the Creator of the heavens, and your life has purpose far greater than anything you've lost. And if you are ready to claim that truth, take a moment and type, 555 in the comments. It is a sign of grace covering your life. Grace for the journey, grace for the healing, grace for the future that's already unfolding in front of you. There is something sacred happening in the waiting. You may not feel it, you may not see it yet, but God never wastes a season. The waiting is where roots grow deep. The waiting is where trust is refined. The waiting is where your Father prepares the kind of blessing that will last. He is not giving you temporary relief. He is preparing you for lasting restoration. You haven't come this far to break down. You've come this far to break through. Even now, angels are being sent on assignment concerning you. Prayers you thought were forgotten are being answered. The prayers you whispered in desperation, the ones you mumbled through tears, the ones you couldn't even find the words for, God heard every single one. And He didn't just hear, He moved. He set things in motion on your behalf. He rerouted what needed to shift. He removed what would have harmed you. He delayed what would have rushed your process. Because He is not just protecting your present, He is preserving your future. Some of the people who left were never meant to stay. Some of the opportunities that fell through were never meant to hold you. Some of the endings you cried over were actually beginnings in disguise. God is not trying to hurt you. He is helping you step into alignment with His perfect will. And sometimes that means removing what looks good to give you what is truly blessed. Trust the pruning. Trust the letting go. Trust the closing of doors, even when it hurts. Because your Father sees what you cannot. He knows what's ahead, and He only gives what will build you, not break you. You are not late. You are not behind. You are right on time in the eyes of the One who orders your steps. The journey has not been easy, but it has been sacred. Every scar tells a story of survival, and every tear has watered a harvest you have yet to see. Do not despise your process. Heaven is using every moment to prepare something beautiful. Your reward is coming. And it won't just be what you asked for, it will be more than you imagined, because that's how your Father loves. He gives in abundance. He blesses without sorrow. He restores with joy. He heals with gentleness. And He is doing that for you even now. You may not see it, but deep in the unseen places, God is weaving together miracles. He is aligning the right people, preparing the right opportunities, softening hearts, creating connections, and opening ways where there were none. And when the timing is right, it will all come together in a way that makes you stand in awe and say, "Only God could have done this." Your tears have not been in vain. Your waiting is not punishment. Your pain is not permanent. What is coming is holy. What is coming will redeem what was lost. What is coming will remind you that God never forgot you. He has been with you all along, and now He is leading you into the beginning of something new. And now, He wants you to understand just how deeply and completely you are known, loved, and carried. You are not invisible to God. You are not overlooked, and you have never been forgotten in a crowd. He sees you. Not the version of you that people expect. Not the image you try to hold together when everything inside is falling apart. He sees the real you, the tired, bruised, beautiful soul that has tried so hard to keep believing, even when the lights went dim and hope felt like a faraway dream. And He honors that. He honors every part of your journey. He honors the strength it took just to keep going. The wounds you've tried to hide are not hidden from heaven. The pain you've buried deep so others wouldn't see your breaking has always been laid bare before your Father's eyes. But He doesn't look at you with judgment. He looks at you with tenderness. He's not disappointed in you. He's not angry. He's not tired of you struggling. He wants you to rest in Him, because He never meant for you to carry this alone. His message for you right now is clear. Come to me. Lay it down. I am here. When people broke their promises, He kept His. When life shattered dreams you held so close, He held you closer. And when you questioned everything, He didn't pull away, he whispered even louder through the pain, telling you that he's still working, still moving, still in control. You haven't missed your moment. You haven't fallen behind. You are still under the covering of the one who knows your future better than you know your past. So much of what you thought was a setback was actually divine positioning. What looked like rejection was protection. What felt like abandonment was redirection. God was never withholding good things from you. He was leading you into something greater, something lasting, something that would not fall apart in your hands, because He doesn't give fragile blessings. He gives promises built on His own faithfulness, promises that don't expire, promises that don't rely on your perfection, but on His goodness. There is a shift taking place in your spirit, and it's not just emotional, it's spiritual. Heaven is speaking into your life, loosening the grip of everything that's tried to hold you down. Fear is losing its voice. Shame is losing its grip. Regret is losing its weight. And the presence of your Father is rising in its place, steady and strong, reminding you that you are still His, you are still chosen, and you are still protected. If your heart feels this, and you know this word is alive inside of you, write 1212 in the comments. It's a number of God's order and authority. It's a quiet declaration that you believe heaven is still writing your story and that the best chapters are not behind you, but ahead. This message is not about forgetting the pain, it's about finding purpose through it. It's about realizing that the same God who walked with you through the fire is the same God who's now calling you out into freedom. He never let the fire consume you. He never allowed the waters to drown you. You may have felt close to breaking, but grace always caught you just in time. The enemy wanted you to believe that you were too broken to be used again, that after everything you were no longer worthy of hope, of joy, of peace. But he was wrong, because your worth was never rooted in what you could do or how strong you could be. Your worth was sealed the moment God called you His. The blood of Jesus didn't just forgive you, it made you whole. It covered everything. It paid every debt. It silenced every accusation. You are not standing here because you figured it all out. You are here because God held you when you couldn't hold yourself. You are not alive by chance. You are alive by mercy. That means your life still has meaning. Your calling is still active. Your gifts are still valid. You haven't missed your time. You are not too late. In fact, you are right on the edge of the most beautiful unfolding. There is a joy coming that won't be temporary. There is a peace coming that won't be stolen by anxiety. There is a clarity coming that will clear away confusion like sunlight breaking through storm clouds. And it won't come because everything around you changes. It will come because everything within you begins to awaken again. Your faith is rising, your strength is returning, your heart is starting to believe again. There are things you let go of because you thought it was too late. Dreams you stopped praying for. Hopes you quietly buried because the waiting hurt too much. But God is breathing on those places again. He's saying, pick it back up, believe again, trust me. Not because it will all be easy, but because I will be with you through it. I will guide your every step, and I will hold your hand when the ground feels shaky. Your life is not a random collection of days. It is a masterpiece in progress. A divine story written by the author who sees the end from the beginning. And that author is not done with your story. He's not just going to restore you, he's going to use you. The same places that hurt the most will become places where healing flows through you to others. The same valleys you walk through will become the very ground you lead others out of. Your pain will have a purpose. Your story will carry power. So don't give up. Not now. Not when everything is about to change. Not when your Father is this close, this present, this ready to release what He's promised. There is something breaking in your favor. It's been building slowly, quietly, behind the scenes, and now It's time. You've been walking through what felt like a dry and silent season, where prayers echoed and nothing moved. But God says this was not a delay without purpose, it was divine preparation. The soil of your soul was being broken, not to destroy you, but to make room for something greater to grow. And now, your Father in heaven is declaring that the time has come for the seeds you've sown in tears to bloom in joy. This is not the end of your story. It never was. Though it has felt like chapter after chapter was filled with heartbreak, loneliness, loss, and struggle, there is a new chapter being written even now, and this one carries a different weight, a holy, sacred weight of restoration, peace, and overflow. The years you thought were wasted are about to be redeemed in ways you never saw coming. The pain you thought had no purpose is about to become the very platform for your testimony. You don't have to figure out how. You don't have to explain the why. You don't even need to have the strength to hold it all together. All God is asking of you right now is to stay open. Open your heart. Open your hands. Let go of the need to understand every step. Let go of the fear that you'll be disappointed again. He's not setting you up for another fall. He's lifting you, gently, carefully. With a love so intentional, it's wrapping every broken place in comfort you've never known before. And if you feel this word filling you with hope again, if your heart knows that heaven is speaking through every word, take a moment and type 777 in the comments. That number carries God's completion, His divine perfection, and His grace poured out without measure. You are stepping into a finished work, not something you must build alone, but something heaven has already prepared. The wind is changing in your favor. You will not stay where you've been. The doors that closed on you were not the end. They were redirections. God was not punishing you. He was protecting you from settling for something smaller than what He had planned. You've cried over things you thought you lost, but God is replacing them with things you never even knew to ask for. What He's about to do will silence the voice of shame, crush the lie of rejection, and restore your confidence not in yourself, but in His unfailing love for you. You have walked with a limp, carrying wounds others never saw. You learned how to keep going when everything inside you begged to stop. You showed up for people who never noticed your silent cries. But heaven noticed. Your Father noticed. He saw how you kept choosing love, how you kept walking in grace, how you forgave when it cost you everything. And He is not unjust. He will not forget your faithfulness. You are about to reap what your heart fought to believe in when no one clapped for you, when no one praised your strength, when no one knew the weight you carried. There is beauty being formed from your ashes. There is light rising from your deepest shadows. There is peace flooding into the places that felt too damaged to ever be whole again, and none of this is by accident. This is the result of a Father who refuses to let you go. This is what happens when grace meets surrender, when mercy meets a heart that is still willing. You don't have to feel worthy. You just have to say yes. God does the rest. You were born with purpose in your veins. Before your first breath, your name was written in the book of life with intention. Your life is not random. Your struggles are not wasted. Your past does not disqualify your future. You are not late. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not too far gone. You are still held. You are still covered. You are still called. The enemy tried to convince you that the pain would last forever, that the silence meant God left, that the waiting was proof you were forgotten. But God is shattering every lie right now. He is standing in your story and rewriting every broken line. He is taking what was meant for evil and turning it around for your good. He is declaring over your life that joy is coming, that healing is coming, that provision is coming, not because you earned it, but because you are His child and He is a good, good Father. You don't need to chase what belongs to you. You don't need to fight for a seat at a table God never meant for you to sit at. You don't need to prove your worth to people who never saw your heart. You belong in rooms that honor your presence. You belong in places that make your soul breathe, and God is leading you there. One step at a time, one act of obedience at a time, one quiet moment of trust at a time. You're not behind, you're in process. And your Father is not in a rush. He's doing it right. He's healing every layer. He's strengthening every weak place. He's preparing you, not just for the blessing, but for the weight of it. Because what's coming will be so beautiful, so holy, so marked by His hand, you'll need to be rooted deep in Him to carry it well. So breathe. You're safe. Not because everything is perfect, but because the one who holds your life does not fail. He has been God through your worst days. He will still be God in your breakthrough. And He is not done with you, not even close. Keep letting these words settle in. Let them wash over you like healing rain. Every sentence, every whisper from the heart of heaven is reminding you, you are not forgotten, you are not forsaken, and your Father is still in control. The story isn't over. Not yet. Not here. Not now. Nothing you've lost has been dismissed. And now the voice of heaven is echoing through your life with urgency and love, saying, it is time. Time for restoration. Time for peace. Time for healing that reaches the depths of your soul and pulls you into the light you forgot existed. The enemy wanted you to believe that you were alone, that your battles were signs of defeat, that you were left behind in a life filled with sorrow. But those were lies. The truth is, your survival is a sign of purpose. Your presence today is proof that grace has never let go of you. You were carried through the fire, not to come out smelling like smoke, but to come out shining with glory. God is not ashamed of your wounds. He's proud of how you've kept going, even when you had every reason to stop. You didn't come this far on your own. Every breath was covered in mercy. Every time you almost gave up, heaven stepped in. And now, the same God who carried you is about to bless you openly. The pain you endured in private will be answered with a joy that cannot be hidden. You have been tested, and you have not failed. You may have stumbled, you may have felt weak, but your faith never left you, even when it was as small as a whisper. Heaven moves on faith, not perfection. And your Father is moving now. He's aligning the pieces, bringing the right voices into your life, removing every counterfeit, silencing every distraction, and positioning you for what's next. It won't look like what you lost. It will look like something you never dared to believe could happen. Because God's promises are not small, His gifts are not limited, and His love has no boundaries. You're about to experience peace in places where fear once ruled. You're about to walk into rooms you were once locked out of. You're about to receive blessings that don't make sense to people who only saw your pain but never knew your praise. Your private obedience is about to produce a public overflow, and all of it will point back to the goodness of your Father, who never took His eyes off you for even a second. If your heart feels the weight of this word and you know this is for you, type 999 in the comments right now. Let that be your way of saying, you know, a divine release is coming. It's a number of fullness, of the end of pain and the birth of new beginnings. It is not the end, it is the start of the life God always intended for you. The pain did not break you. It broke the chains. The loss did not destroy you. It made space for better. The silence did not mean God was absent. It meant He was preparing something that would need time, something worth the wait. And now, that wait is coming to an end. The shift is already happening. In your spirit, in your atmosphere, in the path ahead of you. You've grown through what tried to kill you. You've matured in the presence of enemies who spoke against you. You've learned how to hold on to God when nothing made sense. And now, He is honoring that journey. He is releasing favor that is not tied to your qualifications, but to your surrender. He is covering your steps with light. He is surrounding your life with protection. And He is saying, you've made it through the night. Morning is here. Your breakthrough is not coming from striving, it's coming from surrender. From leaning fully into the arms of the one who created you, who sees you, who knows the deepest parts of you, and still calls you beloved. You don't have to fake your strength anymore. You don't have to prove your worth. You already have it. You already carry His name. You already wear His grace. You already belong to Him. Everything that tried to destroy you failed. Depression didn't win. Anxiety didn't stop your calling. Loss didn't erase your purpose. Rejection didn't remove your worth. You are still here, and your survival has heaven's fingerprints all over it. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt with holy hands, shaped into someone stronger, wiser, and more radiant than ever before. And this is just the beginning. Your Father is not only healing what hurt, He's restoring what you thought was gone forever. He's breathing life back into dreams you buried. He's repairing what the enemy tore apart. He's rebuilding relationships that seemed shattered beyond repair. He's replacing weariness with strength and bitterness with beauty. This is what He does. He restores, He renews, He revives. When He looks at you, He doesn't see your failure, He sees your future. When He hears your cry, He doesn't turn away, He runs toward you. When you feel like you're barely hanging on, He's the one holding you. His arms have never loosened. His love has never weakened. He has never once looked away from you, and He never will. So breathe deeply. Let the past go. Let His presence wrap around you. You are safe now. You are seen. You are deeply, eternally loved. And nothing, no loss, no mistake, no fear can change that. His love isn't based on your best days. It's unconditional, eternal, unshakable. He is making a way where there seemed to be none. He is going before you. He is behind you. He is beside you. And above all, He is within you, guiding you, guarding you, speaking life over you, whispering peace into your soul. Your story is not over. Your miracle is not far. Your breakthrough is not delayed. It's unfolding now, even if you can't see it yet. You might have felt like everything was spinning out of control, like your prayers were falling into an empty silence, but your Father was never absent. He was in the waiting. He was in the quiet. He was holding you steady when the storms tried to pull you under. This season of stretching, of pressing, of aching, it hasn't been punishment, it's been preparation. You have been refined in the fire, not to be destroyed, but to come out stronger, purer, and more filled with His glory than ever before. Your heart may still carry some of the bruises, but God is not finished with your healing. He is still working. And what He started, He will complete in you with beauty and grace. Heaven is sending a fresh wind into your life. Something is being awakened again. Not just dreams, not just hope, but your spirit, your deep inner faith that knows you were born for more than what you've been through. You were not made to live under the weight of past mistakes or the fear of what's ahead. You were made to walk with the confidence of a child who is fully loved, fully protected, and fully provided for by their Father in heaven. Every promise God has spoken over you is still alive. It has not expired. It has not been cancelled. Even if it's been delayed, even if everything around you seems to scream otherwise, His word stands. And His word says that you are blessed, chosen, redeemed, and deeply loved. His word says that He will restore the years that were lost. His word says that you are the head and not the tail, above and not beneath. His word declares that what he has planned for you is good, and that no plan of the enemy can stop it. You're not forgotten. You're favored. You're not falling apart. You're being put back together in a way that will make you unshakable. And what's coming next in your life is not something you'll have to strive for. It's something that's going to meet you because you've made room for it in the waiting. The waiting season has been sacred soil, and now the harvest is drawing near. If this word is stirring something inside you, if you feel the confirmation deep in your spirit, type 1010 in the comments. It's your way of saying, I'm ready for what heaven has for me. I'm walking into the fullness of God's promises. I trust His timing. I trust His hand. You may have walked through some hard things that tried to convince you that your future would be the same. But God is doing a new thing. The patterns of pain are being broken. The cycles of confusion are being interrupted. You are not repeating the past. You are stepping into a divine reset. A holy shift is breaking forth in your life, not because you fought hard enough, but because grace is powerful enough to lift you from where you've been and carry you to where you're meant to be. Your name is known in heaven. Angels have been dispatched on your behalf. The prayers of your past are catching up to your present. Doors are opening that were once shut. Battles are being won that you didn't even have the strength to fight. And every time you thought you were alone, your Father was right there, whispering hope into your heart, reminding your spirit to keep believing. The change won't just be external. It's happening inside of you first. Your thoughts are being renewed. Your identity is being re-established. The lies are being exposed, and the truth of who you are in Christ is being cemented in your heart. You are not weak. You are not forgotten. You are not left behind. You are chosen. You are called. You are deeply seen by a God who still moves mountains and parts seas. And the mountains in your life are moving. Slowly at first, then suddenly. Because your Father doesn't operate on human timelines. He moves in perfect seasons, and your season is here. You're about to walk into rooms where your name has already been spoken with favor. You're about to receive blessings that no one can take credit for but God. And when it happens, your heart will know it was never about striving. It was always about staying close to Him. Your brokenness does not disqualify you from His promises. If anything, it makes room for His power to show up in full. He delights in lifting the lowly, in strengthening the weary, in comforting the crushed in spirit. He is near to you now, not just to remind you of who you are, but to declare over you that your future is secure in His hands. You may not see all the pieces yet, but God is already weaving together your testimony. Every delay, every rejection, every heartbreak, it's being turned into glory. What you thought was meant to destroy you is being flipped into a story of redemption and divine strength. And when others see what God does in you, they will know it was Him. You won't have to explain. You won't have to prove anything. His hand on your life will speak louder than words. Stay in His presence. Keep leaning in. Keep surrendering, because what you carry is too precious to give up on now. You carry promises. You carry purpose. You carry light. The world needs what's inside of you. And your Father in heaven is not only guiding you, He's walking with you every step of the way. There's a quiet strength rising in you, one that doesn't need applause to be real, one that isn't shaken by temporary storms. This strength is rooted in the presence of the Almighty, and it's going to carry you forward into places you once thought were out of reach. He's already gone before you. He's already made the way. Take a deep breath. Let peace settle into your bones. This is your moment. Not by your might, not by your understanding, but by the Spirit of your loving Father who never fails, never leaves, and never forgets His children. And yet, somehow, through it all, you kept showing up. You kept believing. Even if it was only a flicker of faith, you didn't give up. And that matters more than you know. Your dad in heaven saw every single moment of that quiet endurance, and now he's responding in ways you can't yet imagine. This isn't just another season. This is a divine turning point. The weight you've been carrying, the battles you've fought in silence, the unanswered prayers and painful pauses, they've all brought you to this holy moment of transformation. The heavens are not still. They are moving for you. God is releasing a wave of restoration, and it's going to touch areas of your life you had given up on. You are about to see why the battle had to be so intense, why the fire had to burn so hot. It was never meant to destroy you. It was shaping you for something far greater. When others looked at your brokenness and saw weakness, God saw destiny. When people misunderstood your quiet strength, your Father smiled, knowing He was building a foundation that would never crack. The world may not have seen how many nights you cried, how often you sat in silence waiting for something to change, but God did. He collected every tear. He stayed beside you through every unanswered question. And now He's making it clear He hasn't forgotten what He promised you. The shift will not come by force. It will come like the breaking of dawn after a long night, gentle but unstoppable. God is opening a path for you where there was none. He's making room for what's been delayed. He's multiplying what you thought had diminished. And He's doing it with such grace that you'll know without a doubt this was His hand, this was His plan all along. If you feel this deeply, if your spirit knows this is more than just a moment, it's a message straight for you, write 1515 in the comments. It's a sign of divine movement and the releasing of grace and favor in double portion. This is not just about recovery, this is about redemption. There is a kind of peace coming that doesn't just soothe your mind, it will settle your soul. It's not going to be temporary relief, it will be a lasting calm that can only come from being held by the Father Himself. You will sleep again without anxiety gripping your heart. You will wake up without dreading the day. You will walk through your life with the awareness that God is not just near. He is in every detail, holding every part of you together. He is restoring your joy, not just the appearance of happiness, but the deep, lasting joy that carries you through any storm. The kind that makes no sense to the world, but comes from knowing you are loved unconditionally. Your circumstances may not have all shifted yet, but your soul will begin to feel the shift. Peace will rise before the breakthrough comes. That's how God works. He heals you on the inside first, so that when the outside changes, you're ready to walk in it fully. You are not behind. You are not broken beyond use. You are not less than. You are a child of God, and your inheritance is not small. You were created with purpose, not by accident. The pain has tried to convince you that you're forgotten, but pain is not the voice of truth. Love is. And your Father's voice is the only voice that matters now. He's saying, I have chosen you. I have set you apart. I have prepared things for you that your eyes haven't seen and your heart has barely imagined. It's okay if you still feel weary. It's okay if you're still healing. God is not asking you to be perfect. He's not demanding performance. He's drawing you close. In your weakness, His strength is being revealed. In your emptiness, He is pouring fullness. In your questions, He is offering peace, not always with answers, but with presence. The kind of presence that doesn't shift with circumstances, the kind that stays no matter what. And what's ahead of you is not something you have to fear. The blessings coming will not bring chaos, they will bring order. What is rising in your life will not add pressure, it will bring peace. Because when God blesses, He also protects. He doesn't just open doors, He equips you for what waits behind them. He doesn't just give, He guards what He places in your hands. There's a divine clarity coming to your life. The confusion that's hovered over your mind is breaking, the noise is being silenced, and the voice of your Father is becoming clearer with every step. You'll begin to know what to let go of, what to walk toward, who to say yes to, what to leave behind, and you won't have to fight for it. The peace that surpasses all understanding will be your compass. This season is not about proving anything. It's about resting in the truth that you are already loved, already chosen, already enough. Your value is not up for debate. Your calling is not fragile. What God put inside of you will not be wasted, and what He's promised you is already on its way. Keep your heart open. Keep your spirit soft. Let Him guide you in the quiet. Let Him whisper the next steps. You've waited long enough, and now it's time. Time to step into the blessing with open hands and a quiet, confident heart. Not because you earned it, but because your Father is good. And He always, always keeps His promises. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are right on time for the miracle God has already planned. He doesn't just know your story, He's been in every page of it. He's walked through your grief. He's listened to the tears you didn't have the strength to cry. He's watched your heart ache while you kept praying, even when the answers didn't come. You have never been alone in your suffering, even when heaven felt silent. God was not far. He was closer than the air around you, holding you together when your world felt like it was falling apart. And now, He's whispering to your heart, gently, softly, with the kind of love that heals instead of shames. He's saying, I know you're tired. I know the journey has felt long, but don't let go. Don't give up now. Because what you can't see yet is that the tide is turning. The shift is already happening, not just around you, but inside of you. You are becoming the person God always saw in you. Stronger, wiser, softer, yet more powerful. This has not been wasted, not one moment. If you feel that, if your soul feels like these words are meeting you right where you are, type 1717 in the comments. It's a prophetic number of completion and victory after trials. It's your way of declaring that you are receiving what heaven is releasing right now over your life. So many times you've questioned if the waiting meant you were forgotten. You've looked at others receiving what you were praying for and wondered if you were being left behind. But your Father in heaven wants you to know He has never once overlooked you. He's not pacing nervously, trying to figure out your future. He wrote every day of your life before one of them came to be, and He hasn't missed a thing. The delays weren't punishment, they were protection. The unanswered prayers weren't denial, they were mercy. God didn't say no, He said not yet. Because He wants what's coming to be fully prepared, fully aligned, fully blessed. He doesn't deal in half-answered prayers. He doesn't give you a blessing you're not ready to carry. He builds you for it first, and that's what He's been doing all this time. You're not walking into your next chapter as the same person who entered this valley. You're coming out with a new anointing, a deeper discernment, a tested faith. You know how to pray differently now. You know how to hear His voice in the quiet. You know how to stand even when everything inside you wants to fall. That's growth. That's the fruit of the fire. That's the evidence that heaven has been with you all along.